want to hear your voice, do you? Please,
what
God
happened?
bless you, but
What
please leave me
happened?
alone. Please leave me alone. Please stop following me.
You won't call the cops.
Stop. I don't.
About
Stop
stress.
stalking me. Please, I can't live here anymore because you stalked me. That's why I moved.
No. Just
leave me alone.
I will. You talk to me for 2.
Is she harassing him or is he harassing her? Looks to me like he's harassing her. So, what is wrong with somebody that acts like that? Mr. Perry, I rejected you, and I left. You seem to be very confused as to what's real and what you imagined. When we get intel, in your little pretend world, what are we doing with it? I mean, any of you, there's a bunch of you trying to make one woman fail. How many men sit around all day trying to make one woman fail? Because I'm being stalked and I've been sold. Human trafficking is very, very illegal. Coercion is very, very illegal. Peeping and hacking and stalking are very, very illegal. You do go to jail for doing that. I don't care what locals have not done or done. Doesn't matter. Someone else is helping me. Charles Perry, I rejected you. I rejected you. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to have a secret conversation with you. I rejected you and I left. I don't do canned food guy. I don't do human trafficker. I don't do child, sex offender. I don't do guys who can't respect boundaries. And you have butt into everything and everybody's mad at you. Very, very angry with you. Everybody's sick of you and you need to get that. We are getting the help with the information and you're not. You're getting told on, and it has been that way for a decade. So he is at a point to end it. And that means you won't bother me again. I won't be broke again. And I'll have my privacy back. And all you guys causing problems day after day after day, fear, sadness, stress, you're gone. And that's what everybody wants. And that's why we get the help and you don't. Everybody's sick of me being broke. Everybody's sick of me being threatened with kidnapping and false arrest. Let's use the justice system to kidnap her and sit her down in a room and make her, sign this affidavit and tell us who these guys are. Listen, my answer right now is fuck you. No. Do not obstruct justice. Do not tamper with a witness. Do not coerce. Do not bother me. And you've been told that. You were told in March 2020, don't invade her privacy. Don't contact her or her family in any way, shape, or form, directly or indirectly. And she better not be broke. And if any of those three things are off, we're going to get what we need to get to put you in jail. If you can't stop yourself, we'll do it for you. And you laughed and you thought it was a joke. And since that day, we've quoted you every day. We have your people's names. Betancourt. Who the fuck is Betancourt? I've never met him that I know of. But his name comes up in police surveillance. Sanjay, Calvin, Geppetto, Lucius, Blankenship, Desiree, Beverly, Renee, Andrew, Lawrence, James, Ruben, Larry, the realtor from Houston who thinks he bought a person. You're just as weird as Charles. I don't like either one of you. I'll beat the hell out of both of you if you get anywhere near me. You're not going to put me, kidnap me or put me in some, room and try to just talk to me. I'll beat the fuck out of you. Get away from me. Both of you. Get away from me. You're both hideous. You both disgust me. You're both deranged, depraved pieces of shit. So I rejected you, Charles, and I left. Put your big boy pants on and move on. What Charles has done is he traffics people. They have supposedly a house outside of Houston, south of Houston, it's a compound where they have kidnapped women and they have gotten them pregnant and they've had kids, and they're basically pimping these girls out and the kids. And someone told us the house smells like sewer because those kids are getting sodomized and they're shitting on the carpet. They're shitting in the living room, wherever. They shit wherever on the floor. Which is, from what I understand, normal. Not normal, but it's normal for a kid who's being abused like that in a very sick, twisted way. How someone could do that to a child, I don't know. I can't imagine. I can't imagine why you guys do this stuff to me. You don't get anywhere when you starve me. I just don't eat. But I'll tell you what, people are sick and tired of watching me be broke. So when we quote you, you have caused some animosity. You've caused some animosity that's not going to go away anytime soon. Everybody's tired of the stress and the strain of you being here, Mr. Perry. I didn't invite you here. I didn't introduce you to my family. I would never take you around my family. You're a monster. So, this is Cynthia Ortiz. It's the 27th of September, 2023. I rejected you. I don't want you. Fuck off. Now, I'm not harassing you by telling you to leave me alone. You're harassing me in Oklahoma. Why are you always in Oklahoma? I guess somebody asked that question. He said, listen, domestic violence, stalking is domestic violence. Domestic violence pretty much always comes with economic abuse, where the abuser is fucking with the woman's money, so he thinks he can control her that way. Do you see me running over to try to see you or talk to you? Oh, fuck no. I'll just sleep in my car and I'll just do without food. But I'm not going to be in the same room with you. And I'm not going to talk to you. And if you come where I am, I'll beat the hell out of you. And I have said this over and over and over and over. And our guys know that you're calling around trying to find them. And you know what he said? I am not wasting my time repeating myself for Charles Perry because he's stupid. I don't have time for that. I'm very busy running sting ops to keep Cynthia safe from whatever crappy thing he's planning next. Kidnapping, rape, coercion, false imprisonment, hostage taking, very serious crimes, all of that. And since Tulsa police won't protect her, then I'm having to work double time. So I don't have time to call Mr. Perry back and repeat myself. I said, don't invade her privacy. Don't contact her or her family in any way, shape, or form. Not directly or indirectly. And she'd better not be broke. Because if any of those things are happening, I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. So when we quote you every day, what do you think that is? In your pretend world, what is that? In your make-believe land, what do you think he's going to do with that? He's going to put you in jail. That's what we're telling you. He's a police officer. He works very hard to try to keep me safe from you. And he's going to put you in jail. When he's got it all ready, I think he wants everybody at the same time. No possibility of an appeal. I think that's what they're doing. But if I know your name, you better shit yourself. Betancourt. Calvin. I mean, how did I've not met you that I know of. If I've met you, I didn't know it. So, I got your name from their surveillance. And that ought to make you worry. We know about the house in Houston, maybe Natalie Holloway's there. There was never a crime scene or a body when she disappeared. Charles Perry and his group get recorded talking about maybe it's Joran Vandersloot and that whole Aruba thing that is involved in whatever it is, whoever these guys are helping Cindy. So our guys are like, wow, that's Natalie Holloway, that's pretty big. I'm losing my voice, excuse me. He said, that happens when you're malnourished. You know, you're not eating and sleeping right. You start getting sick. Anyways, not that you give a shit, but that's why I rejected you, because you're that kind of guy. You're that kind of person. You just hurt people. You don't care how bad you hurt them. You just fuck them over. You ruin their life, and you don't care. But you know what? When all you think about is you is all you end up with. So I help you like you, because no one else does. We're getting the intel. We're getting the information. We're getting the help, not you. You're getting told on. You're getting ratted out, because everybody's sick of you. And the stress you bring. And the fear and the threat. You're just stressing everybody out. Everybody's tired of that. So, anyways, my guys are like, put something out about extracting her. So we put something out about extracting her, and we waited for a reaction, and then we got the reaction. Should we move her? Does she know her name's Natalie Holloway? She hadn't gone by that for years. Would she remember who she is? Then the next thing we know, it's a house south of Houston, beveled glass so nobody can see in or see out. And the next thing we hear, yeah, that place smells like the sewer because they're sodomizing those kids. And so those kids are shitting all over the floor. It stinks in there. How do you do that? I can't imagine. What kind of monsters could do something like that to a kid? So we're getting help and you're not. You're getting told on. More of your crime has come out than ever before in your life since you did it to me. Everybody's sick of me being broke, sir. Everybody's sick and tired of watching you make me suffer. And you make me struggle. And the hardships you're causing, Calvin. You are hated. You are hated, you bitch. And Betancourt, both of you. You two are hated. You're at the top of the list. Get those two first. Those two are the meanest of the mean. Get them first. There's Greg, there's Tim, there's Larry. There's, I'm naming your people. Name one of mine. Oh, yeah, you can't. To quote one of our meetings. Oh, yeah, you can't. We quote you every fucking day. Because everybody hates you that much. We get help, you do not. We're meeting our objectives. And you're running around like fucking most screwed up people I've ever met in my life. Hideous, cruel, depraved, demented pieces of shit, all of you. I don't know how you sleep at night. I don't know. We don't think Charles does. This guy, Charles is doing a whole lot worse than he is, but he's harassing her. Charles is in Oklahoma. You're not being harassed when you get told on. Okay? I know that you live in delusion. You got Huntington's disease, not Tourette's. And it comes with delusion, paranoia, hallucinations, impaired cognitive reasoning, and psychosis. You're psychotic. You're fucking psychotic. I guess one of my friends said, listen, I've known Cindy. I watched her grow up. So, if it's who I'm thinking of, she met me when I was like 20. And, now I'm 54. Watched her grow up. Watched her have nothing because she just turned 20. Moved out of mom and dad's house. And started her own business. Saeed started her own. Saeed would have never let her sleep in her car. And it's a bad economy is a bunch of crap. That's a load of shit. And why is she dancing and why is she door dashing? Because I watched her be a professional business owner. Professional woman who met with senators and congressmen. And fought hard for her patients and for her kids. So what did Charles do to her to make that happen? To make her life look like that right now? It's not her. We've known her all her life. We watched her grow up. Saeed would have never let that happen. Even in a bad economy, he started a business for her. He created a job for her. And he made sure that company made money. So she had money. He made sure she didn't miss a meal. She was actually with him. She cared about him very much. My family saw me with him. I introduced him to my family. He didn't just show up by himself and start bullshitting them like you have. Living, your little pretend life. I introduced him and he didn't go over there without me. My family came to Vegas and they had dinner and breakfast and hang out with us and gambled with us. Both of us. In 9 years, no one has seen us in the same room. You went around and you made up a bullshit story because you trafficked me. It's about money. And you thought that you could get my family support if you pretended it was about romance. It's not about a romance. I rejected you. I don't want you. You're not good enough for me. You're not even close. You don't fit into my crowd. You don't even get close. My crowd does not do the sick shit you do. The sick, twisted, nasty, demented, depraved shit you do. Can't imagine it. Most normal people cannot imagine what in the world is wrong with someone who does what you do. What is wrong with you that you act like you act and that you put people through the hell you put them through? You pay for it with intel when you do it to me. You pay. They make you pay. They have stuff set up. They got infiltrators. They got leaks. They got informants. They got all kinds of shit. You have no idea. But we quote you every day. And y'all run around. How'd she find out about that? How does she know about that? When you fuck with me, you get caught. And it's been that way every day for 10 years. And nobody's that mentally slow. You have to want to get caught to keep doing the same thing that results in the same thing. You get caught when you do it to me. It's different than all the other victims. I know who you sold me to. I know that you sold me. I know that you're desperate to try to deliver. It is illegal to do what you're doing. You're going to go to jail. I don't care what bullshit story you tell yourself. You're going to jail. Coercion is a very, very serious crime. Calvin, interfering with commerce with intent to coerce, they're going to hit your ass hard with that because you're right in the middle of it. You think it's cute to starve me. You're one of them. You are the main ones that thinks it's cute to starve me, and they're going to kick your ass with it. And then we'll see if you think it's cute then. This guy is not being harassed when she screams, "Leave me alone." Nor are you.
No, 0 minutes. I don't want to ever talk to you. I don't ever want to hear your voice to you. Please God bless you, but please leave me alone. Please leave me alone. Please stop following me.
You won't call the cops.
Stop. I don't. Stop stalking me. Please, I can't live here anymore because you stalked me. That's why.
Do not contact me the fuck again. I hate it. We get a lot of every time you contact me. Every day you invade my privacy. Every day I'm broke, we get more. We're getting it to put you in jail, regardless of your little make-believe world, whatever you tell yourself.
No. I will. You talk to me for 2 minutes.
No, 0 minutes. I don't want to ever talk to you. I don't ever want to hear your voice to you. Please God bless you, but please leave me alone. Please leave me alone.
Every time you contact me, we get more. Every time you contact me in any form at all, Creepy Chucky, we always get more, because I fucking hate it. You disgust me.
Please stop following me.
You won't call the cops.
Stop. I don't. Stop stalking me. Please, I can't live here anymore because you stalked me. That's why leave me alone.
I will. You talk to me for 2 minutes.
No, 0 minutes. I don't want to ever talk to you. I don't ever want to hear your voice to you. Please God bless you, but please leave me alone. Please leave me alone. Please stop following me.
You won't call the cops.
Stop. I don't. Stop stalking me. Please, I can't live here anymore because you stalked me. That's why leave me alone.
I will. You talk to me for 2 minutes.
So my friend says, Saeed never would have let her sleep in her car. There's no way. And you're full of shit if you're going to say this is a bad economy and she just, it's just, no, I know her better than that. I watched her fight hard for her patients. I watched her fight hard for her kids. And I watched her be a professional business owner and a wife and a mother. And so for her to be doing what she's doing now, what did you do to her? She's not going to put up with your abuse. I'll tell you that. So if she's sleeping in her car to get away from you, that's how much she hates you. That's how much she hates you. That's what she's willing to go through. But Saeed was with her. She actually wanted to be with him. I moved to Vegas to be with him. I moved away from you twice. I rejected you. You're not good enough. You're not even close. I rejected you. You stupid little fuck. You bother, and when you do, you get everybody mad. And you make me broke, Calvin, and boy, you get everybody mad. And you invade my privacy, and boy, you get everybody mad. And y'all call around, who's helping her? Is it NYPD? Is it LAPD? Is it this guy? Is that guy? Who's helping? Is it the feds? Who's helping her? How'd she find out? How'd she know? And our guys are like, they're trying to find us. I am not wasting my time repeating myself for them. They either get it or they don't. We say it, then we show them. You fuck with her, you're going to pay for it. You fuck with her, you're going to pay for it. You're going to pay in ways you've never had to pay before. We told you to leave her the fuck alone, and that's what we meant. We say it, and then we show you. We say, I don't like you. I rejected you. I rejected you. You're not good enough. You sick, twisted fuck. Okay? No one's pestering you. Why are you in Oklahoma? Why are you in Oklahoma? Nobody invited you here. Get the fuck off me, rapist. Get the fuck off me. Get off me. He's not going to call you back and repeat himself. He's busy taking care of me.
2 minutes.
No, 0 minutes. I don't. Stop stalking me.
That's okay. I don't.
The guy's helping me think like this guy right here.
Leave me alone.
All you want.
I don't want to pray for this. Please leave me alone.
Hey, men. Leave women the fuck alone. When they're in public, when they're doing anything, you don't have the right to their attention. You don't have the right to step into their personal space. You don't have the right to them, especially if they're making it very clear they don't want to be talked to. But even when they're not, unless a woman is giving you enthusiastic and continuous body language and signs that she wants to talk to your ugly dumbass, then leave her the fuck alone. Find a date a different way. Okay? It's not clever. It's not cool. It's not cute. It's garbage. It's absolute garbage behavior. And you're a garbage person if you do it. I don't care if it's in public. It doesn't fucking matter. You don't have the right to her. And you need to leave her alone. And this is Bacon.
Oh, that's okay. I don't... I've got the...
And they think like this. This is what normal people think, by the way.
Leave me alone! Please!
Just talk to me for 2 minutes.
First, let me say that I'm happy that the lady in this video is okay. Second, let me break down what rape culture is. Rape culture is the fact that that man felt that he was entitled to some of this woman's time just because he said, let me talk to you for 2 minutes. Doesn't matter if it's 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 20 minutes. If she said no, no means no.
Charles, when you contact me in any form at all, we always get more because I fucking hate it. Stop contacting me. This is a podcast, not a conversation. Get the fuck out of all my phones. Get out of all of them. You're creeping me out, and I fucking hate that. I rejected you. You're pissing me off. That's not a good idea. We're getting the intel, not you. You're getting told on. Every time you contact me, we always get more. Fuck the hell off, weirdo.
Rape culture is the comments that she has on her video about how she should have just spoke to him or dressed differently. Rape culture is me taking the heat for calling out other men for their terrible behavior. Rape culture is trying to explain stuff as, oh, it's just locker room talk. No, it's not locker room talk. You should talk the same way wherever you are. We all know that rape is not about sex, it's about power. So for you to force yourself on somebody, even if you're just talking to them, is disgusting, dude.
I've got the raping you.
Leave me alone! Please!
Just talk to me for 2 minutes.
First, let me say that I'm happy that the lady in this video is okay. Second, let me break down what rape culture is. Rape culture is the fact that that man felt that he was entitled to some of this woman's time just because he said, let me talk to you for 2 minutes. Doesn't matter if it's 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 20 minutes. If she said no, no means no. Rape culture is the comments that she has on her video about how she should have just spoke to him or dressed differently. Rape culture is me taking the heat for calling out other men for their terrible behavior. Rape culture is trying to explain stuff as, oh, it's just locker room talk. No, it's not locker room talk. You should talk the same way wherever you are. We all know that rape is not about sex, it's about power. So for you to force yourself on somebody, even if you're just talking to them, is disgusting, dude.
All right. I get it that you want to have a conversation with me. My answer to that is no. Absolutely not. Fuck off. That is my response to your demands that there be a conversation. I rejected you. I left. Put your big boy pants on and move on and fuck off. I will not talk to you. This is me talking to you. I'm doing a podcast where I can record what I think for court. These are already evidence in your criminal trial because there's a judge that has to grant investigatory orders. And in order to do that, he's got to have probable cause. Right? That's what these are for. It expresses my intent. Because you've gone around and told people what I think and all this stuff, and it's not what I think. So I guess somebody, Sanjay, we hear. Keep in mind, I've not met Sanjay that I know of. Sanjay, I guess, said Charles Berry came up to Oklahoma and told everybody that he and Cynthia are married. Charles, when you contact me, we always get more. He starts typing in my other phone. If I say that, sometimes he'll stop. Not always, but sometimes. Every time you contact me, we always get more because I fucking hate it. You're creeping me out. Get the fuck out of my, get out of my life. Get out of everything. Please and thank you. Sir, I rejected you. You disgust me. You're gross. I fucking think you're the most gross, nasty boy on the planet. Literally make me want to throw up. You make me sick at my stomach. You're creepy. You're absolutely the most creepy fuck ever. So we hear Charles Perry came up to Oklahoma and told everybody he and Cynthia were married 9 years later. Nobody's seen them together ever. She'll sleep in her car, but she's not going where he is. She won't work if she thinks he's going to do something to her at work. She just won't go. She won't eat. She won't have any, pretty great lengths to go to avoid a person you don't want to see or talk to or be around or be subjected to whatever horror and terrorizing they're going to do next. And you know what? Everybody's sick and tired of feeling that terror. So we get the help. You get told on. You get ratted out. All of you. And he said, so I want to know if they're really married, when did he pop the question? What was he wearing? What was she wearing? Where were they? When was it? What'd he say? What'd she say? And if I ask her, will she say the same thing he says? I bet you not. I bet you it never happened. And he's right, it didn't. No such thing ever happened. Mr. Perry was rejected in Lubbock in 2013, 2011, 2012, 2013. And then I left to get away from him. And then he followed me to Dallas and caused problems in Dallas. I left again. I came home to my family. You were harassing me. That's what people do if they're really being harassed, Mr. Perry. They go home to their family. They go home to another state where it's supposed to be safe. I don't go to Texas. I'll sleep in my car and not eat to avoid Texas because you're there. And I fucking anything to do with you, I hate it. So we hear Rogers County was supposed to pull me over tonight had I gone to work at the club. Wow. Okay, duly noted for the record. We're not quoting Rogers County, we're quoting you. So you got to be real careful about what you address when I quote somebody and who I quote. I'm quoting you. Talking about Rogers County was supposed to pull her over tonight. Had she gone to work, they would have pulled her over. And then done what? And then done what to me, sir? And I did get pulled over by TPD over something stupid. Friday night, did he get a picture of my driver's license and my insurance and give it to you? That's what Calvin was asking them to do. We said it for weeks. We said it over and over and over and over. So we don't just have one recording of that. We have a bunch of them. And you wanted him, Calvin told one of those guys, take a picture of her driver's license and get it to me. We want to make a passport out of it with forged documents. Duly noted for the record in your criminal case. You expressed intent to commit a crime, Calvin. So did he do that Friday? I don't know, you tell us. Did he? Do you have my insurance information you shouldn't have? Do you have a picture of my driver's license you shouldn't have? And then there's like a whole list. Look at this. You want a scene at the club. You want to cause such a big, huge problem. Ben Campbell wanted a big show, we heard. Because you want to run for governor, and you need to cover up, and you don't have one. First time in your life, you can't cover this one up. You wanted to get me fired. You wanted to have me arrested. For what? Not liking you? For what? You got a lot of problems with fraud in court. I guess you sued me or something. The guys tell me. They've told me, the prosecutor said, you don't touch it. You don't touch it. They're about to go to jail, and I'm getting all of that vacated on fraud. Because all they've done is go in and commit fraud. I don't want you to touch it. I want you to let them put everything they want on the docket. Let them put it on the docket. Get all the statements from them that we can get. Get all your emails. Send them your emails so they put that on the docket. They can say, well, we're being harassed. So when all that's there, and anybody in law enforcement from now until we all die can look it up. Because a lot of law enforcement is starting to look at this, to look at similarities of crimes in their jurisdiction. Look for patterns, look for similarities. Maybe it's the same offender. Maybe it's the same guy. We got a missing persons. We got some, it's right there. We can look. Police often look at court cases. So do prosecutors. So my guy says, let him put everything he wants to put. Let them go to town with that. I can get it vacated on fraud, and there's all my evidence right there. They put it on the docket. You didn't have to lift a finger. Right? Yeah. Okay, we're very good at what we do. You've not seen this before. You said that. When Charles pesters her and takes her money, things don't work out for us. Our plans go bust every time. She finds out before. And yet Charles runs around. Let's do it more, guys. Let's do it more. Let's get her. I'm gonna take. We're gonna make her. We're gonna make her go. We're gonna kidnap me. You're gonna use the justice system and taxpayer-funded resources to kidnap me, to get me delivered, so you get a personal profit. Is that what you're saying? Yes or no? For the record, yes or no? You got a case against me. Am I lying? And do I know I'm lying or not? You tell the judge. Is it Judge Egan? You tell her. Make it for the record. Okay? These are being used in your criminal case. Why not use them for that too? Right. I rejected you because you're scum. You're not good enough for me. You don't fit into my crowd. You don't even get close. You're a fucking weirdo. Absolute weirdo and very mentally slow. We're fast. You got to keep up with us. We're not slowing down for you. We say it one time, sir. Not over and over and over and over and over and over. One time. He will not call you back. He said, I am not dropping everything I have to do to keep you safe, to repeat myself for Mr. Charles Berry. I told him, don't invade her privacy. Don't contact her or her family, and she better not be broke. Period. And every time she is, we get stuff like this. Every time you contact me, we get stuff like this. Okay? Every time you invade my privacy, they invade yours. They got a court order, you got a weirdo problem you can't control. So, this is the stuff we have. We got all the stuff you want to do to me if I go back to the club. Actually, I had planned to go tonight. I had. But I needed gas money and I needed some money to do my laundry. Everything's dirty. And I needed food. I haven't eaten in 2 days. Again, here we go. I was finally able to eat and eat consistently and keep myself nourished. And then Charles went at it again. He's plugging this in to a timeline of what you want, but based on it's what does Charles want to achieve and what do her finances look like. Because when he starts getting really, really desperate, her finances go to shit. He thinks that'll make her go. He's delusional. He's got psychosis and hallucinates and all that crap. So, it's not Tourette's. Quit telling people it is. You're full of shit. My friend's like, yeah, a bad economy? You're full of crap. You're absolutely full of crap. Even if it was though, Saeed would have never let that happen. Her sleep in a car like that. There's no way. And by the way, she was actually with him and wanted to be with him. He didn't have to kidnap her. He made a job for her. But there's no way he wouldn't have allowed it to happen, and he sure shit wouldn't have caused it. And that's why she was with him. And she's not with you. So, here's this. You're not her cup of tea. She's not going to put up with abuse. It's not going to happen. She's not. She's sleeping in her car. Okay, to avoid you, I'm going to take my driver's license. You want to take an article of clothing. You want to take my car title. You want to take my computer. You want to take my car. You want to do a raid. You want to have my family there so we can have some fake wedding. And get out of my fucking phone, dude. Get the fuck out of my phone. I didn't do that. He did that. I didn't even turn the phone. Get our family to pose for wedding photos 4 years after the fact of the forged marriage license. Lucky Miller asked me about the forged marriage license, and that was in 2019. He died in 2019. That's how long ago he forged a marriage license to get into my money, to destroy my finances, so that I'd be easier to coerce. These women are literally, like me, starved. You're going to do what we say or you don't eat. And David runs around, you don't bite the hand that feeds you. No, I'm biting the hand that took my steak, David. I can make my own steak. My friend spoke to that. She can make money. I made money when I was working for my family. And I guess one of my relatives said when she was living with Craig, when she first got here, she'd walk in, wads of money. I had a $900 a month house. in Sapulpa. I had to pay electric, I had to pay water, I had to feed my kid. Sometimes you made it hard, but if I had money to pay all that, then did I need you? No, I didn't need you. I didn't need you. I made money before I met you. You took my steak and you're giving me canned food, and I don't like that. Nobody does. Everybody's sick of me being broke, so that's how we get this shit right here. That's how we find out before, not after. That's how we find out before, not after. Everybody's sick of you making me broke and invading my privacy and butting into shit that does not concern you and ruining whatever it is I'm trying to do. How many men sit around trying to make one woman fail? I'm going to say that again. How many grown-ass, pathetic men sit around trying to make one woman fail? The mafia guy our guys have talked to, it's not unusual for law enforcement to work with mafia or an informant or something, right? Okay, this is that. He said, you don't really want sensitive information like this right here getting into the wrong hands. Your hands are the wrong hands. Her hands are the wrong hands. So, when you do something to one person to bother them or take their money, and it gets into the wrong hands, then you make sure you don't bother or get into that person's wallet. What kind of guy humiliates himself this badly to no avail and to his own detriment, and humiliates his associates, and humiliates his organization, and humiliates his family? My guy goes, Charles Perry, and he can't get enough of it. 10 years of this. 10 fucking years. You wouldn't believe the stuff we have. We got their names. We got their code words. Look at the amount of money they know how much money you're spending doing all that. This is how much money they're spending buying us intel. Trying to starve her, to make her lie, make her go be trafficked and all this stuff. It pisses people. You have no idea who all it pisses off. A lot of people with power. Every time he makes her go without food and shelter and fucks up something she's trying to do. All these men sitting there trying to make her fail. One woman. All these men. I'm not even moving my phone right now. That's like auto-rotate. Charles is doing that. Are you trying to send a message? Is that a secret message? What is it? I don't even know. I don't even care. Nobody asked you what you think, did they? I don't think they did, Connie. I don't think you were asked. I moved twice not to ever again have to hear what you think or how you feel. You're a sorry son of a bitch. That's all I know. No one cares what you think. You don't even make sense half the time. So that guy's like, they made themselves weak when they did that. They make themselves, you guys, it devalues their whole organization every time you get information from right inside. This is sensitive. You don't want that out. Our guy's like, Charles does it every day. He provokes it and antagonizes and provokes and antagonizes, provokes and antagonizes. And then we get all this stuff before he has a chance to do it. And his people are running around. How'd she find out about that? How'd she know about that? Well, Charles provoked and antagonized. Same thing he's done for 10 years every day. Do we need to repeat ourselves for you again? You guys need a nurse. Get some flashcards or something. I mean, the repeat is nauseating. Get our family together and take wedding pictures to cover up the forgery. How do you think you're going to make me do that? I'll kick the fuck out of you. I'll kick the fuck out of you. There's never going to be a wedding, you moron. I'm at a loss as to the stupid in this. Then he wanted to get past privacy laws. You get my banking, that's what these guys do. And you make a forged passport and all that crap. That's what human traffickers do. Oklahoma City police have a little bit more on their website about it. I don't know what the deal is with Tulsa police. They needed, maybe they're helping. Seems like they are. Oh, look at that. Mr. Perry says yes. I guess that's what that was. Is that what your secret message was when you just did that? I think you need to get out of my phone. Okay, so, it basically caused a big scene. So I haven't been to the club. I'm not going to go let that happen, cause a big scene. Mr. Perry, take her car, make her walk back to Tulsa. false arrest her, sit her down. You're going to sign this affidavit, this lie, recanting all your court testimony for 10 years. Or we'll just let you, we're going to do the same thing to you we did to Mike. Right, David? Aren't you the one that goes around and tells everybody that? We're going to frame her on a murder. We've already got a doppelganger picked out for her. Yeah, you know, Richard the coward won't go forward with it. And, why are you calling Richard a coward, David? I mean, you guys never shut up about this stuff. You just look what we could do and get away with. Everybody's like, oh my God, somebody please make them stop. Okay, then we went into this stuff with my ex-husband. So, the working theory is that when I ask for money, when you make me broke and I have to call him and ask for money, that you have told him make her beg, because you get off on that. You got some sort of sadism, sicko problem, and you get off on women begging. And so, when I've had to beg him, and then he helps me, you give him the money. So it's to prove where he's getting the money that he gives me in court. Right? Is that true? And that he's been told more than once, right now we want her broke, so don't give her any money. Don't give her any money. Right now we want her broke. And if she pressures you, let me know. If she pressures you, let me know. So we've got that recorded too. What are we going to do with that? In your pretend land, what are we going to do with that? And that part of the reason he's being hostile to me right now is, he's hostile to me if they want him to be hostile to me. He's nice if they want him to be nice. Right? Because he was promised $25,000 if you could get me delivered. And so he's a little pissed off right now that I won't go along with it. And everybody's like, the fuck? That's his son's mom. And he made a comment about, I can't help you, I have another mouth to feed. You got the mouth to feed because of her. And you need to respect what she's going through. And you need to respect her. Unless you're a part of it. And you're mad because she's not been delivered. And then he said, I should have kept her car title. She wanted to put it in my name so that you couldn't get it. I should have let her. And then I would just go get that car and this whole thing's over. Everybody thinks if they take my car, the whole thing's over. Is that true? You gotta prove she lied. Last night you guys said, you gotta prove she lied and that she knows she lied. And the burden of proof is on you. Is it true or not? You tell me. I can only speak to what I heard in the recording. So whether or not it's true, I can't speak to, I don't know. Police record a lot of things. You have to speak to whether or not it's true. He has to prove where he got the money. Explain the hostility. Explain the hostility. I'm the mother of his son. I've not done a fucking thing to him. I hate having to call and ask him for money, and you know that. I can make my own money. So because I'm broke, though, we get intel. We know about that. You invade my privacy, they get into yours. You take from me, they take from you. It didn't start out like that, it's just kind of become like that. And other mafia organizations think you made yourself weak. Because that's stupid. Wow. Your value goes way up when the more intel you get, and theirs goes way down. And they don't see it? Nope. He provokes and antagonizes every day. Because we told him 2020, don't invade her privacy. Don't contact her or her family in any way, shape, or form, directly or indirectly again, and she better not fucking be broke. Because you're going to pay for it. Guys like you go to jail. It's illegal to do all that. It's illegal to do it all. It doesn't matter what the locals do in Oklahoma. We've been working on this before she got to Oklahoma. We go where she goes. You just contacted me again and I just said don't do that, didn't I? I just said it. You are dumb as a rock. So we'll get more of this because you just asked for it. Don't contact me. I fucking hate it. I rejected you. You don't matter. The victims matter. Everybody's worried about how we think, what we feel from what you're putting us through. Nobody gives a fuck about what you think, and you're entitled. I guess somebody, I don't know if the FBI, one of the FBI officers or something said, oh yeah, we know who those guys are, and every single one of them thinks they're entitled. It'll make you throw up. It'll literally make you throw up if you listen to them talk. Ted Cruz couldn't get any information. Our guys are not going to repeat themselves, sir. They're going to say it and they show you, and they're saying it once. Did you have Ted call around? Nobody would answer his questions either. It's a need to know. If they think that information's going to get to you, nobody's going to talk. That's just how that goes. So, we got a fuck ton after March 2020 because you didn't understand what he said. Get your nurse. We're not special ed teachers. That's what he goes, I'm not a special ed teacher any more than you are. I'm not calling that bitch. I said what I said. Don't contact her. Don't invade her privacy. She'd better not be broke. Get your hands out of her wallet. We know you can make money. Your friends know you can make money. I made money for my family. I made money in front of my family. So your bad economy bullshit just pissed everybody off. She is not to be broke. You don't contact her at all, poke and peep. And get your hands out of her wallet. And get out of her privacy. You get in hers, I'll get in yours. And I'll kick your ass with it. Okay? They're going to use this to put you in jail. I don't care what your pretend land says. Nobody will call you back because you kill cops. Okay? That's why you don't get a call back. And they don't repeat themselves. They're busy getting this stuff to keep me safe from you. All this stuff right here. Witness statement, you've definitely substantiated the witness statement. Over and over and over. Thank you for that. Appreciate it. Take her car away. It's not legal. I'm going to have it towed and sold before she figures that out. The McNamara email. So when you go around and say, we got to prove she lied and that she knows she lied, you did what's in that. You did what's in this. You wrecked my car 5 times. At the wheel. But for the brick, that was what? Attempted murder? What if it hit me in the face? It busted my engine into the brick you had thrown at me on the freeway. Busted my engine into. What if that had been my face? Was the arsenic attempted murder number 1? I never got tested. Tulsa police never bagged and tagged anything. Never talked to me. Never collected evidence. They just gave you the police report. Never investigated. Fuck. Any of this political? What part of you doing this is what you do to pass a law in Texas, sir? Explain that. Yeah, you're not worth it. So I guess somebody said, here's the thing. Perry's caught, and he acts like he doesn't know he's caught. And I guess he's got Huntington's disease. If he can't tell that he's caught, and then when he's caught, that's when you stop. If you don't know when to draw the line of here is when you stop. When you're caught is that line. And if he's not able to tell when you're caught, you stop. And by the way, you're caught. He can't be governor. I guess he was arguing with somebody. He just wants to be governor. No. The guy said no. He is not going to be governor. He can't tell when that he's caught. And he can't tell when you stop. And when you stop is when you're caught. He needs to be in a hospital. He cannot be governor. He's that gone. His mind's that far gone. She already knows. She's already talked about it. And she said no. So, how does she know? Because you haven't talked to her. So where's she getting that information? She says police. If it's not police, what do you think it is? And you have to prove what you think it is. You can't just come up with this stuff out of your make-believe world from delusion. You gotta have, if it's shapeshifters and aliens from Roswell, like you've told people, prove that. How did I get this? How did I get this McNamara email? You did what was in it. We did say Mike Neely was drugged months before that was confirmed in depositions of first responders. So how did I get that? Who got that to me? If it's not police, who is it? In your pretend land. What are they going to do with it in your pretend land? Yeah, this is about my house. Get her kicked out of her house. It's COVID moratorium, so we can't do it if we take all our money, like we usually do for these women. Like her witness says. So let's do it on smoking. And then she did try. So there's all this stuff that she had beforehand. I said on January 18th, he's going to have my car taken. He called up to Flying J, talked to Brandon, the manager, and told him to call when I get there. That's where they're going to take it. And you did the very next day. I got it before, not after. It's different with your other victims, but it's the same every time you do it. You pay with intel. Right here is when we got Calvin's name, right there. This right here is when we got Calvin's name. It pissed people off. Calvin, everybody hates you as much as they hate Charles. Larry from Houston, realtor, they hate you as much as they hate Charles. You're a fucking weirdo. Get the fuck away from me. I want nothing to do with you. You get anywhere near me, I'll kick the shit out of you. This right here was Matt Powell. Right? Talking to Judy. After you did that. This was your Hansel and Gretel. Go to Pensacola, Mike. It'll be fun. And then he trusted you and the life blew up. Look what we can do and get away with. Look what we can do and get away with. That's all you guys say. Right, David? Like telling everybody what... Okay, well, people are sick of that, so we're getting the help. You're not. You're getting told on. Everybody's sick of me being broke. Everybody's sick of you bothering me. Everybody's sick of you being here. Nobody invited you up here. Charles, nobody invited you up here. Jean Mitchell wanted to know how did she know my legal argument before I made it? And I know she knew because she texted me. And I did. And she said, don't do it. It's not plausible. Your crap isn't plausible. Your bullshit isn't plausible. It wasn't. This guy, Mike's attorney, said he fell on Lucky and caused decapitation, internal decapitation, strangulation, and brought force trauma to the head with his ass while he was passed out. Oh my God. He had to be disbarred. At the very least, if not go to jail for that. So, Mr. Perry, get the fuck out of my phone. This, I'm not even turning the phone. I'm not moving it at all. This stuff right here, look, point out for me the marks on him that look like he was in a fight at all. I guess somebody went through his case with a fine-tooth comb. Trying to, maybe we can find something and say she's crazy. We did. In the arrest report, he's got a red swollen right hand. Well, it's got an IV in it. Nothing else. No injuries. How do you beat somebody to death and not have an injury? While you're unconscious and dying of opioid overdose. Yeah. And we told you to get him out. And now you got reporters going, had she testified and they still found him guilty, maybe we'd believe them. Were there not signs of coercion and retaliation against her? And they got this guy home like she told him to do. Maybe we'd believe them, but they did not. They're coercing her. They're retaliating, no question. And he's still in jail, and no one can explain why that happened. So we know they did it. Lucky Miller asked me about a forged marriage license. They were talking about the Epstein case just hours before the murder. They took your case, and you didn't like that, and you wanted to obstruct justice. That's the second time somebody who just filed a police report against you got poisoned and then false arrested when they don't die. Me and Mike, both of us. Look what you can do and get away with. But we had the intel before, right? Not after. So who is it you think you're fooling? What do you think we're going to do with that in your pretend land, Charles? I rejected you and I left. I don't want you. Police officer Mike Neely took my report 6 days before you did this to him. And we know you did this to him because of what you're doing to me. I don't know who the fuck you think you're fooling. You're not all there. Go around, David, and tell everybody what you can do and get away with. That's helping us more than you think, more than you know. Here's their arrest report right here. Anybody can read it. There's not a fucking injury in it. Red swollen right hand. He beat him back and forth so hard his head came off his body. Just so you know what internal decapitation is. It looks like that. How do you explain that? Not one injury. It's red and swollen because he's got an IV needle in it. These sick fucks. All of you. I'm telling them, he didn't do it, he was drugged. March 2020. May 2020. Yep, sure as shit he was. How did I know before and not out? And how did I know before? I didn't say it after I said it before. We always do. I got that in jail. People that have that kind of power That's who you're pissing off. People that could get that to me in jail. It's very specific to me. People don't like feeling fear and sadness, and that's what you cause. And you're a butt-in. Nosy body butt-in. There's a lot of things about my life you know, and it is none of your business. And if you had that cop Friday give you my information on my insurance, that's another thing that is not your business, Mr. Perry. And God help that guy. Look at that. You were trying to kill me. You've tried more than once. Wasn't up to you, was it? No, it was not. A lot of things are not up to you. When we quote you, is it up to you? Nope, it's not. When we get it before, is it up to you? It is not. Look, it might be worth the risk to kill you. For even to have that speculation that was on Gary Condit after Chandra Levy. He's like, yeah, it might be worth the risk. This guy came to my work. Why are you always going to my work? Strip club. Pinto comes in and he'll pay you $5,000 if you'll sleep with him and be creeped out by him for a couple hours. Yeah, nope, thanks, that's okay. Look, what good is it gonna do to kill me or false arrest me? It's gonna substantiate my claims. That's what I've been saying he's trying to do. That was January 4th, and then you did it on January 29th. Right? Just over and over and over. That could have been my head. Attempted murder, pullover after pullover, at wreck after wreck. Nobody will suspect a thing, dum-dum. You are off your nut if you think nobody will suspect a thing. That was the report Mike Neely took right before, 6 days before his attempted murder and false imprisonment and fraud in his case. Charles, do not contact me. I fucking hate it, and we'll get more because I should not do that. You were told to stop. Can't you control yourself? Yeah, that guy, that mafia guy, he goes, I don't work with the sex perverts. They can't control themselves. They'll ruin a business every time. They do stuff like get sensitive information in the wrong hands. We're gonna send her home, harass the hell out of her. If she complains about it, we'll say she's harassing us. If she tells us to leave her alone, we'll say she's harassing us. And you have. Right? And Judge Kirkendall said, I gotta rule out entrapment. It looks to me like you're doing what you said here. Look at the date on that. It's like 2017 and 18. Yep. And then you've done it. And she said, I recognize you're doing it. So what I need you to do is stop. Leave her alone. And I bet everything just dies down. There won't be anything else to talk about. You're antagonizing her. You're provoking. Because you're trying to entrap her. So she had a ruling. Why is it still out there? Why is Parker looking at it now? You didn't like Judge Kirkendall? So you just went to a different judge? Yeah, you can't do that. It's already been decided on, sir. Here's the deed. He went to my work. I can't go to work without it. Always going to make a scene. Don't go. Rogers County's going to pull you over. And then do what? We got all that. Look at this. He's your girlfriend. You're his boyfriend. I'm like, no, I don't think so. He's a stalker. We're in court. Oh, he'll pay you $5,000. Solicits prostitution on behalf of Mr. Perry. Co-founder of Americans for Integrity in Government. Used taxpayer resources for his personal profit and to wax his wiki, as one cop put it. Why can't he wax his wiki some other way? Yep. He didn't like being asked to pull me over. Look at that. Solicited prostitution. And so everybody wants to know, Tulsa police, what the fuck are you guys doing? And how come he's not in jail? If I did that, I'd be in jail. Why isn't he? How many men sit around and try to make me fail? One woman. Yeah. Here's the whole thing. Here's the whole trafficking thing here. We've got the whole Mike Neely case Sherlocked right here on that page. There's my shrink. It's a stalking escalation. I think he wants to hurt you. He's a sadist, actually. And the disclaimer. There's my disclaimer. And I'm going to tell you right now, Tulsa Police, we're getting the help because everybody's sick of this. Everybody's sick of it. They're sick of me being broke. They're sick of my privacy being invaded. They're sick of Perry butting into shit that doesn't concern him. And they're sick of you not doing shit about it in your jurisdiction. I am having help from people, police officers from somewhere else. Why the hell is that? It's pathetic. This is what cops are supposed to do. Tulsa police. Charles, get on my fucking phone. I'm not even moving my phone. Watch the video and learn how to do stalking reports right. You got two cases of car vandalism. Jody Arias slashes Travis Alexander's tires. And the next escalation was murder in the first degree. You got my car being tampered with. And the next escalation is murder in the first degree of the police who took my report. That's a cop family. You don't leave a cop family behind. And you don't let one get smeared. Drunken brawl my ass. There was no drunken brawl. And where were you, TPD, pulling me over? Giving them my personal information. Yeah. You're dishonor the badge. I don't know what else to say. I'm disgusted. Really fucking disgusted. Everyone is. We get the help, not you. We get the help, not you. We're meeting our objectives. And you're getting told on. Because everybody's disgusted with all of you. Absolutely disgusted with all of you.
I don't care.
Leave me alone.
All you want.
I don't want proof of this. Please leave me alone.
Hey men, leave women the fuck alone. When they're in public, when they're doing anything, you don't have the right to their attention. You don't have the right to step into their personal space. You don't have the right to them. Especially if they're making it very clear they don't want to be talked to. But even when they're not, unless a woman is giving you enthusiastic and continuous body language and signs that she wants to talk to your ugly dumbass, then leave her the fuck alone. Find a date a different way. Okay? It's not clever. It's not cool. It's not cute. It's garbage. It's absolute garbage behavior. And you're a garbage person if you do it. I don't care if it's in public. It doesn't fucking matter. You don't have the right to her. You need to leave her alone. And this is bacon.
That's okay. I don't care.
Leave me alone.
All you want.
I don't want proof of this. Please leave me alone.
Hey men, leave women the fuck alone. When they're in public, when they're doing anything, you don't have the right to their attention. You don't have the right to step into their personal space. You don't have the right to them. Especially if they're making it very clear they don't want to be talked to. But even when they're not, unless a woman is giving you enthusiastic and continuous body language and signs that she wants to talk to your ugly dumbass, then leave her the fuck alone. Find a date a different way. Okay? It's not clever. It's not cool. It's not cute. It's garbage. It's absolute garbage behavior. And you're a garbage person if you do it. I don't care if it's in public. It doesn't fucking matter. You don't have the right to her. And you need to leave her alone. And this is bacon.
So, I'm going to repeat myself again for you. Because you're slow. When you contact me, we always get more. He told you not to. When you invade my privacy, we always get more. He told you not to. I don't like it. When you make me broke, we always get more. He told you not to. And I don't like it. So you live with your choices, Mr. Perry. We have more intel, more information from inside your criminal organization than has ever gone, nobody else has this. With your code words, Papa John's means to make delivery of the victim to the buyer. I said no, fuck off. I said no. I'm not a teenage runaway. You got in over your head on this and you're not smart enough to figure that out yet. I don't think your realtor guy is either. I think you're both weird. I think you're both deranged. I think you're both demented. I think you're both cruel. And I won't have anything to do with either one of you. I rejected you and I left. I don't like you. No one does. We get the help, not you. So, if you want us to get more, keep contacting me, keep me broke, and keep invading my privacy. It's been this way for 10 years. Our guy goes, Charles wants to get caught, because nobody does the same thing for 10 years if they don't like the results they're getting. So, Some people are disgusted with themselves like everybody else is, and they just can't stop, so they want law enforcement to do it for them. And that's what these guys are doing. Because you don't do the same thing every day when you know it's going to get you caught, and you know sensitive information is going to get out of your organization and right into the hands of police, unless that's what you want. And the guy goes, it wouldn't happen more than once if it happened at all. But that's what happens when you're dealing with sex perverts. They can't control themselves, and you end up with a mess like that. And I won't do business with them, but I'll take one over. We'll dissolve that part of it, and I'll take over the part that looks good. But they're devaluating their whole thing every time you get information. And it's increasing your value and hers. So, what idiots. I don't know what else to say. They made themselves weak. Yeah, they did. That's their choice. I rejected you, and I left. And you need to put on your big boy pants and move on. Everybody hates your guts. Everybody's sick of this. I don't know how many different ways I can say the same thing. We say it and we show you. You mess with me, you're going to get caught. And we say it and we show you, and we have for 10 years.